Loggins. This is Wednesday, the 14th of October, 2020. And a couple of things going on at Shady Grove that you need to know about. One of those, we talked with Pastor Doreen about an interview coming up that'll be available tonight or tomorrow. On the Facebook page, I believe you can get information about it, but she had a chance to sit down and do an interview with Michelle Reynolds. We've heard from Pastor Todd on Shady Grove Radio. This was a chance for Michelle to speak up and confirm or deny a few things. And the interview with Pastor Todd and with Michelle will be available for us to watch, but I was able to catch up with Pastor Doreen tonight and just kind of get a preview of the interview. You had something very exciting going on this week. You had an interview with Michelle, Pastor Todd's wife, Michelle.
I did, and it was wonderful. I don't personally know her, so I loved the opportunity to just sit with her and hear her story.
And now this interview, actually, I was supposed to do it, but some circumstances came up, and you were prepared to do it. And I think we both agreed afterward that you were probably the right person to do this interview.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm glad I was the one that got to. I really am. I think it turned into a blessing. I know it did for me.
And you'd never met Michelle before, and Todd was there, and this interview is going to be available tonight or tomorrow.
Yes, probably tomorrow, but just be watching for it because it's one they don't want to miss. It really, you'll learn so much about her and her heart, and that's why it's so great.
Well, tell me about the interview and what you talked about. How did it go?
Well, she told me about, how she grew up, where she grew up, kind of her, her history a little bit. We got to hear the real story of how they met. Who pursued who, I won't say, so that you can listen for that.
I think there was some dispute about that.
Yeah, there was, and, you can't deny it when you're sitting right there. So Pastor Todd was there as well. We let him talk a little, but mostly it was Michelle and I. I wish we could have been at a coffee shop with coffee, because that's what it felt like. Just who she is, her experience as a pastor's wife. I've never been a pastor's wife, but I've lived in a pastor's home. So it was interesting to talk to her about that, her perspective, her calling to be a pastor's wife. I don't think that everybody has that calling like she has, and she just embraces it. And then she did share, we talked quite a bit about this past year and all that she's gone through when in January, for those that don't know, she was diagnosed with cancer. And man, what a powerful testimony.
I know when I interviewed Todd for Shady Grove Radio a couple of weeks ago, there were several times when I was left speechless where it was one of those times where you really don't know, nothing you say after they talk about the blessing of God. There's nothing you can really say afterwards to reinforce it or to, it's just hard to do an interview and transition and say anything after that. That's kind of what you ran into, am I right?
Oh, yeah. You just kind of want to sit there for a minute and absorb it. And because her testimony is so strong, it was just very impactful. And I just am excited for everyone to hear her story and her faith and how it's even changed amidst this struggle that she's been going through. For her, not only her relationship with family members and understanding how dearly loved they are by so many that have supported them and loved them through this, but mostly just her testimony that everything she needed, even though it was hard and there were times that she just wanted to give up, that God gave her exactly what she needed when she needed. It's just how I hope what I felt after we were done, I hope that comes through because it was very impactful.
Now, you also talked about coming to the church. We had the vote coming up. What were the comments she had about that? Because she has not attended church because of her. She's in a high risk category for COVID.
She is. Her doctor has forbid her from being in any kind of group setting, so she is not allowed to yet. But she and Todd have prayed a lot together over this, and they are completely trusting God with this. You know, they're excited. She expressed that they have had wonderful experiences when they were at their first church and even Bessemer City, the two churches they pastored at prior to Todd becoming the ADS, were blessings, you know, that God was really with them, and that they've enjoyed their time, I think, but they're ready for a change. So, you know, it's funny because both she and Todd said, you know, we trust God's plan. If the vote goes well and God's plan involves Shady Grove, we're so excited. And if God's plan is not that, if that door closes somehow, that they're trusting him, and they'll be okay with that too, because they just trust him completely with whatever is next for them.
Well, this is quite a unique circumstance in that she can't physically be on the campus, but this video will provide a great opportunity for people to get to know Michelle and at least hear some of her heart. And it sounds like the interview is really going to go deep, right?
I hope so. I mean, it did for me. She just, like you said, I was speechless several times because her amount of faith and trust after going through something so difficult just blew me away.
And she talked about her early life, how she met Todd. She talked about how she came to Christ, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was to me that was one of the most exciting parts of it, because should I share? I don't want to give away everything.
Well, you can leak that part. Yeah.
She was actually saved at the age of 6 at a Vacation Bible School. And
wow. Can you get saved at Vacation Bible School?
Imagine that. I mean, I believe in it 100%, because there's never a time when we're so busy all the time with our lives. But Bible school that week is a concentrated week where we focus on our kids and we make sure that they know about the gospel, that they know Jesus and what he did for them. And yeah, that was exciting for me. And I said, wow, that's a huge plug for Vacation Bible School that I believe in 100%.
You know,
the impact it can have.
In that church work, you never know who you're working with when you're working with children and teenagers. You know, it could be a future pastor. It could be a future pastor's wife.
Yeah.
It can be, you know, just about any kind of position that would honor God, and we have to be faithful to shepherd those young people.
And it can change the future for that entire family. You know, one child coming home having accepted Christ, and the influence that can have on the rest of the family is amazing. You just don't know how far that can go.
Was there anything else about the interview that you surprised you, or anything toward the end there that you could leak to us today?
Oh, I don't want to give away all the juicy details. I've already given away a lot more than I should, but
no.
Just make sure you watch it. Just make sure you just hear her heart, because she's remarkable. I mean, I've been around her in the past at camps and things like that, but I don't think we've ever officially met, and I feel like I have a new friend. So wow. She's just normal. She wants to, they love people, relationships, and you know, she's just like you and me, and just so true to who she is, and I have a new friend.
Wonderful. Doreen, I'm so glad you got to do that interview. I think probably you in that position was definitely the best choice. And to sit down with Todd, I guess he didn't get to talk much, did he? Since he was...
Well, not as much, no. We did let him talk a little bit.
We have heard a lot from Todd anyway. So, yeah, it was time to hear from Michelle.
That's right.
Pastor Doreen, thank you for taking the time to join us on Shady Grove Radio tonight, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future.
I appreciate it, Dan.
Thank you. I mentioned we'd be talking with Chris Mikesell, with Pastor Chris, about an upcoming event. Pastor Chris, what's going on?
Yeah, so we have a trunk or treat event coming at our church October 31st and Halloween from 4 to 6 p.m. And we are really excited about it.
And tell me what trunk or treat is. So
what we're going to do is we're going to ask a bunch of people from the church to be willing to come and decorate their cars, and the church is going to provide the candy. All we're going to ask people to do is decorate their cars up, and we're going to have a prize, a $50 Amazon gift card for the best decorated car, and then we're going to invite families in our church and in our community from the school and the elementary schools around and the preschool to come and walk around, and you'll sit at the back of your vehicle and hand candy, and we'll all mask up, and it'll just be a really good time.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I can decorate my car like a giant pumpkin or a fall leaf or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, whatever you want to do, and then we will judge it later, and whoever wins that decorating competition gets a $50 Amazon gift card.
Oh, wow. Okay. Just in time for Black Friday or something.
Yeah, Black Friday, Christmas shopping, all that good stuff.
And
not Amazon Prime Day, unfortunately, but there's other things coming around. There's always deals on Amazon.
Now, if I decorate my car, I can still wear a costume, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
and that could help the theme. Maybe you decorate your car around the theme of your costume.
Okay. Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. Now, tell me again when this is.
This is October 31st. It's on Halloween, and we wanted to do 4 to 6 in case people have other plans or other things they wanted to do that evening. They could still come and be part of our event as well. And so if you want to decorate your car, you'll need to sign up at the church or sign up online. You'll see links in our e-news and probably get a text about it. Sign up your car, and we're asking people to come between 3 and 3:45 to park your car, and plan to stay till about 6:15 because we want to make sure everybody's left and there'll be no accidents or stuff like that for people that are participating in the trunk part of it, of decorating the car and that type of stuff.
So I probably ought to bring my decorations and decorate the car on site. Is that the idea?
It would probably be the safest. So that's why people can come as early as 3.
Okay.
To get their spot and do all the decorating they would like to decorate.
That sounds great. That is good. That's a great idea, kind of an alternative to going door to door, which we used to do when I was a kid. But
yeah. And trick or treats have been a thing for a while now. A lot of churches have done it, but even nowadays, especially nowadays, where you don't know whose house, stuff like that, being in one central space, knowing it's outside, kind of seeing everybody. We're going to make sure the cars are spaced apart as well for an alternative to door-to-door trick-or-treating this year.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Chris Mikesell, for that information on trunk or treat. You even provide the candy. What a deal.
Absolutely. We just need people we're hoping that we get at least 20 cars of people that will come and be willing to decorate their cars and have some fun.
I think you'll get 20. For sure.
We're hoping so.
All right. Pastor Chris, thank you for the information about trunk or treat.
All right. Thank you so much, Dan.